Hello, hello, hello.
What's happening, everybody? Hope you're having a good night. All right.
And I see DJ with us
And
already.
Craigers is on.
Craigers? Oh, now he popped up for me. I think I have like a 2-second delay.
Well, everybody's got a little bit of delay.
You're faster than me.
This is going to be faster than that.
Why?
Because this is what it's streaming off.
Oh, the things I learned.
Yep. Hope you guys are having a good night. Holy shit. It's Friday.
Thank goodness.
Friday. That's stupid.
You do that almost every Friday, though. That's hilarious.
You know what? I'm drinking fucking Tecate Light tonight because I felt like going to doing a little Mexico trip down to Tijuana.
Nope, you don't go to Tijuana. You get your head cut off.
No, that's why I'm drinking this.
Oh.
I felt like I wanted to go to Tijuana.
Nobody wants to go to Tijuana anymore.
I did when I was a little kid.
A long time ago. I
think I was like 8 years old.
You know where I want to go? I want to go to Rocky Point.
Okay.
That's where I want to go.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be really nice.
Let's just go to fucking Cozumel or something.
Or let's just go to Rocky Point because I've never been.
Rocky Point's for people that live in Phoenix. And they're like,
only 4 hours away.
Let's go to Rocky Point.
Yeah.
That's how that's always been.
Well, all my friends are going.
So are you jealous? We can go down to, what's the one, Matamora?
Matamoros? We're not going down there either. Still get your head cut off. Come on,
Try to
white
cross
boy.
the border, honey.
Come on, white boy.
You'll be fine.
You won't. You're my bank account right now, so.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to love that. Hey, welcome to the Bar is Open with Beth and Greg. I'm Greg, and
I'm
that
Beth.
is Beth. Thank you guys for joining in. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to join on. It's Friday. There's a lot of shit going on tonight, man. There's all sorts of shows on, and there's all sorts of stuff to do. It's summertime.
Summertime. Oh, we didn't cheers.
Cheers. It's all right. I drank first and cheers second.
That's all right.
Hope you guys are having a good night. Like I said, we got some fun shit to talk about. Hope you guys are getting.
So we all made it through the week. Thank goodness.
I almost speared my bill.
Where's the paper towel?
Over there.
That's not going to help.
What's going on, David? Hope you're doing good.
So let's go. Where can they find us?
You can find us out on the Bar is Open on Instagram. Bar is Open with Beth and Greg on Instagram and Facebook, and YouTube, and Spotify and iTunes, and Podbean if you decide to go out there if you do that. Not a lot of people know that you can actually download the
I didn't know that
Podbean
either.
app.
I thought that was just an avenue to get it out to places.
That's how we do it. That's where but you can actually go out there and do that. Good. I'm glad you're living the good life, David. Absolutely. So, let's jump into this shit tonight.
Okay.
Let's kind of jump into shows. What's happening, Gigi? Hope you're having a good night. We got some fun stuff to talk
What's
about.
up? I had somebody send that to me at work, and it was the guys all going, "What's up?" It was Steve Varela.
From when was that? The 90s?
I think like late 90s.
Yeah. What's up? What brand was that? Was that
Bud
like
Light.
Bud Light?
Bud Light.
Was it Bud Light?
Yeah. And then before that, it was the Frogs. Remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or were the Frogs after that?
No, they were before that for sure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
Super Bowl commercials used to be good.
Yep. So I figured out why my back's always broken.
Why is that? Because you're old?
There's a picture on the screen coming up here in a second.
Is that you?
That's me being thrown on my ass by a dude that's like shorter than I am, and I'm short as shit. Totally got me. Smacked me on my back.
Well, your feet are off the air.
Literally off the ground, right? And you smacked him out.
That's an awesome picture,
It's a
though.
great photo.
I mean,
just
explains a
it
lot.
was a perfect trip. Like, it was good. It was awesome. I was like,
Do you remember it happening? And
oh,
did it
yeah. I
hurt?
told the guy, I was like, nobody's ever been able to do that to me.
Does it hurt when you do
No,
this?
you got mats and then concrete under the mats, but no. You don't notice it when you're doing it.
All right.
Yeah. It was fun. It was,
Interesting.
it was fun, but yeah.
I don't find that fun.
It is because you go,
I mean, I don't
fuck,
find
I
that
got
fun.
caught.
Unless it's real life, I never want to be tossed like that. Ever. And I won't be tossed like that in real life.
In real life.
won't
Like,
be
how
tossed
often are you
like
going to do that?
I won't be tossed like that because I'm a
It's
badass.
fun. But no, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I wonder why because my back was killing me last night.
Oh, I know.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh
I
my
heard
God.
you. You woke me up going in for the ibuprofen. How many did you pop?
3,
I can't. Why? If you're gonna do 3, just do 4. That's prescription strength.
whatever. Just do 3 because I don't want to feel like I need to eat the drugs all the time. Like, I'm just going to stay just below 600 milligrams.
800
should
milligrams.
do
You
it.
took 600.
Cheers,
oh,
you
I see what
guys.
you said. Yeah. Happy Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg's
So-
arms. That's funny, Gigi.
So I was so scarred from all the drinking we did last week. I'm still drinking Diet Cokes. I had you bring some White Claws home just in case, but I was like,
I asked her just before we went on. I was like, "You want a couple beers?" She's like, "Nah, I'm gonna stick to having a
I'm
Diet
gonna stick with
Coke."
Diet Coke tonight.
It's all right.
One more night. We'll
Maybe
see
you
how
should
it
be
goes.
doing water instead.
I have water downstairs, but I like my Coke.
That's fine.
It's my
They
Friday
all
night
say gateway.
gateway.
Gateway Coke.
It was funny because when I got us tacos, so we have the best taco place right down the street from us now,
Taco
which is
Palenque.
good and bad. But I was sitting there and I was so thirsty, and I was like, "Can I get a large Diet Coke?" She's like, "We also have Coke Zero," and I was like, "So I can
drinks
only get Coke Zero?" She
that?
goes, "No, some people just like to switch it up." I was like, "I'm original. Give me Diet Coke."
Right?
She started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gigi said you look
Aw,
beautiful.
thank you.
Absolutely. She got her hair did
Got my
just
hair
before
did
this.
today.
And then you got your eyebrows done when yesterday?
No, today.
Your
My
eyebrows?
eyelashes done
Oh,
yesterday.
the eyelashes.
But
yes.
I always laugh because I went back to my natural hair color, and I always feel like I look like Joan Jett for the first week because it's
It's
just
hot.
so dark
It's hot. I like it.
It'll
Because
lighten up
you've
a
had
little.
the lighter hair,
for a couple
like
years
the,
now.
what do you
The
call
highlights?
it? The highlights.
Yeah.
For, a couple years now.
Yeah.
And then now you're just back to, and it's not black by any means. It looks really, really dark.
It is dark, but it's not black.
But it's not,
It's like
yeah,
one
there's
shade
some
above
highlights
black.
in there. You just
Yeah.
can't quite see it.
But I was laughing
the
because now
lighting.
my eyebrows and my hair match. That hasn't happened in a while.
I asked her earlier, I was like, does the carpet match the drape? She's like, what'd you say?
I'm not going to repeat it.
All right, we'll leave that to speculation
Why you got to do that?
because it makes me laugh.
And makes me blush.
Yep. So, my nephew Joe, he's in the Coast Guard, and I just have to, dude, I love the kid.
You're super proud.
Yeah, I'm super proud. So, this is a picture of him on one of the boats. He's stationed out. I've mentioned him multiple times. He's stationed out at Nantucket Island. He's living
Oh, that's rad.
his best fucking life, dude.
That's a great picture. He looks like Tom Cruise.
I said the same thing. I was like, dude, you look like Maverick. I was like,
He's not the skinny little kid he
he's
was
not
before
the
he went in the
skinny
Coast
little
Guard.
kid. He's working out all the time, doing all
Yeah.
sorts of shit, right? And like
Yeah.
bench pressing and doing all the stuff.
That's hilarious.
And he goes,
I still can't
so
see
when
him
the
as a man,
helos
though.
come in and they do like, because he's on a 45-foot boat out there, like
Boat.
boat out there off the Nantucket Island. It's a very small crew on the island.
Isn't that like expensive houses and shit out there?
Well, he's all his
I mean, but
stuff's-
isn't that
yeah,
Martha's
yeah.
Vineyard and all
Well,
that
no,
shit
he's on
around
the
there?
island, so it's very expensive. Yeah,
Okay.
because there's only so many places.
No, I meant like housing. Like, don't they have big ass?
Yeah, they've got big ass
Expensive.
expensive houses, and
Yeah.
you have to take a ferry over to it.
Okay.
So it's very, very expensive out there. But he's Iceman. Yeah, it could be Iceman. I
Yeah.
kind of thought that too after I sent him the Maverick one. I
It
was
is a
like,
great pick.
because he's way taller than like Tom Cruise would be, because he's like 6 foot.
Yeah, this is the weird thing is he's still a boy
He's
to
still
me.
like a little kid.
Yeah, because
and he's
they were
not.
like 5 or 6 when I first
I
met
know.
them.
Yeah,
And granted, I've seen them grow up, but in my mind, they'll both always be 5 and 6.
he's a twin. He's got a twin sister as well.
Julia. Yeah.
So-
but
And he goes, yeah, I play Danger Zone. Aptly the name of the show tonight, because I was like, I'm dedicating this
and
one
that's
to
the
him.
other thing. Since Joey's always been brilliant. Like he's just a
Yeah.
smart kid, like smarter than the average bear. But he's developing such a personality since getting in the Coast Guard. And I don't know if it's confidence or hanging out with other people, but he's blossoming, and it's really awesome.
So go out and follow him. If you like him, he's at FN_lemons108. He posts like crazy videos of like helicopters flying in over him, and then he does his own music and stuff like that. He just kind of messes around with
I
music.
want to know how to do that.
Yeah.
You like my little Italian flair there?
You want to know how to do what?
Throw music onto my Instagram stuff.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Not that. He
Yeah, but
makes his
people-
own music.
But people throw music onto their Instagram stories
Oh,
all
I
the
can
time.
show you how to
And
do
I'm
that.
like, do you know how to
Logan
do
said
that?
they watched Top Gun for the millionth time last night.
Well, you've got to watch it again to prepare for the second
Yeah,
one
right.
coming out. Hey, watching that for the millionth time is better than watching Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 for the millionth time.
Right.
It's off cycle this week. It's not on. It's
I
not
don't
on
know.
TV.
Just
I think
cheers
the
to
web
Joey.
hosts.
I call him Joey. His name's fucking Joe.
Yeah, we're always going to call him Joey.
He's always going to be Joey.
That's like Avery Kate just wants to go by Avery now. I'm like, dude, I'm going to try, but you're probably going to always in there going to be an Avery Kate
Avery
somewhere.
Kate. Yep, absolutely. So one more thing. This is just a kind of a funny one. So you know how you call me Science Greg?
Yes.
So I was
Science Gregory.
Science Gregory,
Right.
whatever. So I've got a term that I can always throw up there,
Okay.
and it's called swag. Scientific wild ass guess. There's there's an actual Wikipedia definition for it, and it's scientific wild ass guess. Swag is an American English slang term meaning a rough estimate made by an expert in a field based on experience and intuition.
You're not really an expert. You
So
just
yeah,
live some
no,
life.
I'm an expert in most of this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to get you a sign that just says Mr. Swag on it. And
Just
then right underneath
across
it,
the
it's going to
shirt.
be like Science Gregory.
Swag. That's perfect. So I thought that was appropriate, right?
I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it. Make a shirt.
Swag. Scientific wild ass guess. I just thought these were kind of funny things to bring up. To the
It's
top.
really great that it was on
There's
Wikipedia.
So there's like evidently like a shit ton of like these kind of weird little ones on Wikipedia that people
Wonder
just
if
made.
you looked it up on Urban Dictionary what swag would be.
I don't want to know.
Because it's
It's
always
probably like choking somebody and like smacking them, or there's something weird. Probably. I'm just saying.
Gigi said most of science is guessing anyways. Yes. It's
Yeah.
hypothesis.
Hypotheses.
I was going to say hypothesis, but that's not right.
That's what we do. I do all day at work. Then we test stuff. I have data scientists that test stuff.
Ew, your job
come
sounds
back.
horrible.
No, it's fun because I don't have to do all the testing stuff. I just say,
okay.
hey, here's money. Go do this.
Go figure it out.
and then
come
back to me. And then
with the
does it
results.
work?
Yeah.
And they say no. And I say, oh shit, I spent a whole bunch of money and it doesn't work.
Go back and figure out how to make it
Figure
work.
out and make that shit work. Yeah, no, it's fun. It's funny shit. So, what's your bucket list payout, honey?
So, okay, first of all, do you have a bucket list?
Not really. I'm not a bucket
I
list.
think
kind
I
of
do
guy.
either, and I kind of feel like.
What's up, Brett? How you doing, man?
Do you guys
See
have
it on
bucket
Facebook?
lists? I mean, do
It's- I
people
think a
really
lot of people have
make
bucket
like
lists.
physical bucket lists or mental bucket lists? Like, I want to go to Italy.
I think a lot
want
of people
to,
write things down and like check, kind of like.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I think a lot of people do that.
So I think it kind of goes in line with journaling, which I've always said I want to journal, but I never get to
I
it.
bought
It's
you a
kind of-
million journals.
I
too.
know. I use them for work. Notes. So they get used. But so I don't. I was trying to think. God, I'm so boring. I don't even think I have a bucket list. Like I know there's places I want to go. What?
Craig said, in this language session brought to you by Babbel. Exactly.
So for those of you that do have a bucket list, you can get paid $3,000 to cross an item off your bucket list.
Okay.
It's not bad. A company wants to pay someone to cross off their bucket list. Choice Mutual, a final expense insurance agency, says it wants to help someone celebrate their life by paying them $3,000 to check one item off their bucket list.
All right. So what's yours?
I just said I don't have a bucket list.
No, if you had so like what would be the number one? Like we had planned a trip to Italy,
I mean that would
and
probably
we had to
be
cancel it because
right.
my mom got sick.
Right. I think that would probably be one of
And
my
that was
top.
like what was that? 15 days worth of
Yeah.
travel or something. We fucking paid for everything.
Well, most of it we got back except for that one hotel.
Yeah, which is fine.
Right.
And it sucked, but I think that would be
I think that would probably be up. I think
that's up.
so.
there.
Here's the thing. So I'm taking that trip though, and it's way more expensive than $3,000
Which one?
to go to Italy.
Oh, I'm like I'm like
No.
what trip? I'm like Vegas. Holy
I
shit.
think I want to get certified in scuba diving.
Okay.
That's.
Relatively easy.
Oh yeah, I was super close too last time we went to Mexico. I'm kind of. I don't know. I'm boring. I can't What do I want to do?
Where would you want to go? What would you want to see? Like, would you want to go to Alaska and check out go hunting in? A lot
I
of
don't want
people
to go
are
hunting.
like
I would.
think of adventure. Like, would you want to go to Machu Picchu? We've already done that.
I've done that. Yeah.
Or you've done that. Would you want to go to the Andes? And
Why
see
does it have to be going somewhere? What are some actions things like bungee jumping? I don't really think. Part of me is like, hell no, I wouldn't bungee jump, but that's the very reason why I
Like
should
you've
do
zip
it.
lined through
Oh yeah,
in
but
Mexico.
Zip line and bungee jumping are vastly different. One is literally plunging to your death and getting bounced back.
Kind of, not really. I don't see it as that high risk.
So I don't know. So anyways, so maybe I should focus on it a little bit more and come back with 5 bucket list
So
items.
I didn't have this on our list and a bucket list idea.
Right.
For $125,000, there's a new company that's coming out, and it's you know how they have the Red Bull dude that went up on a balloon and then
Went out to the very out,
jumped
very
out.
outer
Yeah.
of the atmosphere.
right, and he jumped out.
Right.
You don't need to jump out. They're coming up with like a blimp kind of or a hot air balloon
Yeah.
kind of situation. It's $125,000, and it's going to bring you into the inner
Stratosphere.
or whatever you want to call it, the
Right.
stratosphere. for $125,000, and it's like
No.
a big bubble that you can look out over the earth. What about that? What about something like that?
Can it blow up?
No, it's just a fucking hot air balloon kind of thing.
I mean, again, I'm a big chicken. Like, I don't want to do a hot air balloon thing because I'm like, I'm going to get caught in some live.
What about just doing a hot air balloon?
I like to watch them.
We used to have them in
When
Phoenix.
we lived in Phoenix,
come
we
like
would go to
right over our house.
But then we also went to New Mexico.
One landed in our cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
that was kind
they're
of
so loud. Like, it woke me up. Not
Yeah.
you, because you sleep through anything.
Yeah.
But literally, Rich and I are sitting out there. I'm like, Rich, is that literally like almost running into our house? And he's like, yep, I think they're landing in the cul-de-sac. And that's when I came
That's
and
when
got
you got me, yeah.
I was like, you need to come check this
It was
shit
a
out.
sunrise, and they were drinking wine or champagne
Champagne.
in the fucking cul-de-sac at 6:30 in the morning.
No, it wasn't that. It was like 8. I think it was a sunrise for them.
Oh,
and
was
they
it?
were.
Okay.
But because I think you can't plan where you're going to land, per se, because it all is on the air current.
So you can think of different things, like if you wanted to really go kind of real far out there, you can be like, I want to go on a shark dive. Like if you get certified, you want to go get in a cage and like push yourself and be like, that's fucking great white.
Nope.
Why not? You're
Nope.
in a cage.
Cage maybe.
You know, no, that's what I'm saying. You're
But
in a
have
cage.
you seen
dive.
Meg? Like, he ate the cage in the Meg
That's fake. Hopefully.
as I snort.
We'll
Okay,
get
so-
Jason Statham.
I'll think about him.
How about that? Like meet Jason Statham.
Well, I don't know
Or
that I
something
want
like
to
that.
meet anybody that I think is, because then if I meet them and they're a-holes, it totally ruins them for me, and then
Probably.
I'm a sad kitten.
Sad chicken.
Nope, kitten.
Kitten?
Why would I be a chicken?
I have no idea.
I'm a
What
sad
popped in my head.
panda.
Sad panda.
Sad
there
panda.
you go.
Okay, so anyways, so this company will take. How's it happen? So you have to.
Right, Brett? You only live once. YOLO.
Yeah, but what if you do this thing and it ends your YOLO?
Who cares?
Well, I kind of do.
You're done.
I want to
Then
be
you just
around to spend my
Come
retirement.
back as like a bald eagle or something.
So anyway, it's funny because it says the challenge doesn't require a college degree, a background check, a drug screening, but applicants must be 18 years or older and U.S. residents. So you have to share the top 5 items on your bucket list.
Okay.
Tell Choice Mutual which one you're going to cross off on that bucket list. Tell the story behind your bucket list. And then explain why you haven't completed it yet. And then include a video that tells us about your bucket list. And then you have to also send them and put on social media that you're completing it, that you've completed it. So you have to, yeah. So you just have to, so you have to give them all this stuff. And I was like, that's a lot of work for $3,000.
Is it?
I mean, no.
I just went through 8 hours compliance training
Oh, good gravy.
this week.
Well,
So you think about shit
why'd
like
you
that
do it all at once? Why'd you wait so long, and why'd you do it all at once?
because I'm busy. I have
we're all
work
busy,
to
honey.
do.
We're all busy, but every Friday I
Anyway,
do one.
I mean, 8 hours, I could probably complete all that stuff. I could probably go do my bucket list item and get all that shit done.
So maybe we should come up with 5, each of us.
Okay. We'll do that off air and we'll
I have
report
to
back.
think about it. It takes a lot of thought. But I thought it was fun, so it's something you want to do. I guess if it's cost
We
effective.
could put like price ranges on each.
If it's cost effective, I mean, $125,000 is a little bit much
Yeah,
for
yeah,
three
that
for
was
$3,000, you know. But I think you would want to, you know, if it's, you know, what I want to do.
What?
I want to
Oh
go
my gosh.
to crap. I'm blanking on the name in New York and Canada. It's the big waterfall.
Niagara Falls.
Yes, I want to go to Niagara Falls
On
and
the
run
U.S. side.
and ride in one of those boats that
Oh,
gets
yeah.
all splashed and wet. I want to do that. That would be fun.
That's a bucket list item. It's fine.
Why not?
I'm just curious.
My bucket list can be whatever I want.
Goddamn right it can.
Nobody has to approve it. Nobody has to like it. Nobody even has to do it with me.
You're right. Like, have fun. I'll be at the
Later.
bar.
Peace, bitch.
You know how many times I've seen this on TV? Just kidding.
It's not the same thing.
Kind of is.
Don't be brat. I drag your ass along with me. You don't have a choice. I'm a very deep voice tonight. My allergies have been killing me. So that's what that's about. So
That's
you know,
cool. Yeah,
if you
no,
guys
that
want
makes
to
sense.
apply, it is through Choice Mutual, and the deadline to apply is July 12th.
Okay. July 12th.
July
Get that
12th.
shit in there.
Do it.
Dude, I mean, $3,000. You're going to go do something, even if it's a basic bucket list item?
Yeah.
Fuck it, do it.
I'm trying to think. Like one of
I
our
was thinking, like, for a lot of people, it could be as simple as, like, we take a lot of shit for granted, I think. Because
Okay.
we've done a lot of fucking weird, cool shit.
Right.
Like snowboarding and
whitewater rafting.
whitewater rafting through stuff. And we've gone, like, off-roading in
And we did that,
Sedona.
and we've done the What was that tree obstacle course in
Like
Flagstaff?
the Flagstaff Extreme, like doing those sorts of things. And zip lining. We've had a pretty good adventurous life so far.
Right.
Right? It just kind
Maybe
of
that's why I feel like
down over
maybe
like
that's why I
past
don't
year.
feel like I need a bucket list, because one of the blessings of us, and I think it's probably easier for people who don't have kids, is to be like, hey, you want to do this? Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, and so you don't have time to.
So it's a balance,
Because
right?
as a parent, you have to pay for a lot of stuff that takes up the money that you could do your bucket list. You have to save for college. You have to save for everything when you're a parent. You know, we wouldn't be able to do half the stuff we do if we didn't just have fur babies.
They're pretty cost enough.
They do cost. They should be a
it's
tax
like,
break
think
for
about
them.
that, but I mean, like a bucket list item could be like, I want to go stay in Sedona and go off-roading. Because it is an absolutely fucking amazing
I have another bucket
place
list I want to do.
to
Amy
go
Bruni
off-roading.
has that haunted tour she does.
Where's that?
I don't know, but I would do that
Amy
in a
Bruni
heartbeat.
is which show?
She used to be on Ghost Hunters, and now she's got her own show with Adam that I can't think of what the name is. Amy Bruni and Adam.
It's okay, I'll find him.
But I did find one time, I don't even know how I found. I think I was following her on Facebook, and she does have a tour she does, and you actually stay the night in the various locations that she has, and so you pay and you do that. I think that would be fun.
I'm looking for her shows real quick. Kindred Spirits.
That's what it is.
That's a cool show.
Yeah, it is a cool show.
We're into that shit. You know that.
You guys know that.
You guys all know that. It's all fun. All right. So this one is kind of an interesting thing. I put an image next to it, but I don't have one. This one is more of a.
Wait, Logan, I love it. Logan just said he goes, I don't have a bucket list item until I do something, and I realized it was on my bucket list.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Fuck. Exactly.
Hey, Gigi, let's go to Italy.
Do it. Hey, plan it. Family vacations. Combo family vacations. I'm down with that. We had some really great places like
Craig says he would run with the bulls in
Yeah.
Spain for 3K.
There you go.
Just make sure you stay out of the way and you don't end up on the news like those people who get run over every
Get
year.
gored.
Yeah, or just trampled.
Stay behind the boards. Like, just go to the running of the bulls. You don't need to be a participant in the running of the fucking bulls.
Say again?
You're getting married, bro. You don't need to be a runner in the running of the bulls. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
I couldn't run right now. I just told you I need to make my cardio better so my blood pressure will go down. I can't run from the
No,
bulls
it's everybody.
right now.
So the problem is you get all those Americans over there who just get fucking shit-face hammered.
And then they run
And
with
they're like,
them.
fuck this, I got it.
And then I'm going to pet him.
Yeah. And then they get fucked up, and they're the ones that are getting tossed by
Did you know bulls are colorblind? So, like, everybody
Are
says
they
to
really?
Yeah.
Do you really know?
I
Do
read
you know
it.
that?
It was on the internet, so
And
it's
they
got to be
flip
true.
them up in the air by their buttholes, and it's fucking terrible. So Amy can get the life insurance? Yeah, exactly. He said after the wedding. Right? That's exactly. Yeah, make sure your fucking life insurance. But no, we had like plans to go. We had some great places, man.
When we
Dude,
were going to go to
yeah.
Oh, my gosh. We were going to go to, what was the little town that had the beach?
Sorrento.
Sorrento.
That was beautiful. We'll get there, I promise you. That's on
I
our
know.
bucket list. That's like number one, but we'll work our way back to it.
There you go.
Once
It'll
everything
happen.
starts opening
It'll
back
happen.
up and life starts fucking returning.
Well, and some places in Europe right now will require you to have a COVID vaccination in order to
Oh, yeah,
travel.
yeah.
So
And then
Ton of
go,
stuff.
yeah. So we'll
you
figure
can't-
it out.
Can't do.
It's all
right now.
good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's just, hey, he's my president too. And the Whisper goddamn video.
Where'd you find that?
It's all over everything.
Have you guys seen that?
I hope you've seen it. It's
And you
all
have to-
everything.
I mean,
go to Hodge Twins, whatever
It's
website.
just
They did a
so,
whole thing.
like,
Weird.
bizarre.
I gave him $1.9
$9
trillion.
dollars. I did this.
It's not
my policy.
inconsequential. I'm like, you guys.
You're even louder than he was, though. Like, he literally was
I'm like,
talking
what in the actual fuck
And
is the
I want to
president
know, like,
doing?
with the report, like, what's going on in the reporters' brains while they're sitting there listening? Are they like, what the?
No,
hell?
it doesn't make any fucking sense. Hey, guess what? I'm not saying he's not my president. That's the fucking thing. He is my goddamn president. He's your president. He's your president. He's your president. He's all of our goddamn
American
president.
presidents, right.
We don't get to say the bullshit where he's not my president. No, that's our fucking president doing shit like that.
It's just weird.
It's fucking ridiculous. And
I mean, maybe it's taken out of I don't know. Maybe
It's
there's
not-
some
there's-
context to it.
no, it doesn't matter because his handlers, if you will,
should have handled that.
Should have been like, cut the fucking video feed like they've done 10 other times, right?
It's bizarre.
And he's got early onset dementia. He's got fucking all the other things.
Too.
And it's just becoming more and more apparent.
Well, they did a really good job because it became really apparent, like while the debates were going on and the election was happening. There were a couple times that we were like, that just makes no sense.
He's googly Glock.
And then they did a really good job, I think, of getting away from it for a little while.
Why?
And now I think
because he was taking what were they capping the time or whatever it was called? They're like, oh, he's gonna put a cap or a lid on it. He's putting a lid on his day, something like that, right? Where he's only gonna do like an interview or two and then put a lid on it for the day.
Well, they didn't put a lid on it fast enough for this interview because it was weird.
It was fucking
so weird.
I gotta say, we have to whisper loud enough so that the microphones pick it up.
It just is bizarre
behavior. Okay, let's use
if you did that in a meeting.
Let's use a company that we're all very confident in. Let's use Black Rifle.
Okay.
Evan Hafer at 78 years old starts. Okay, maybe he's not the. Okay, maybe let's not use that company. Let's just use a generic big ass bank company, right?
Frost Bank. You probably don't know who Frost Bank is.
No, let's not use name. Just a generic bank company, that has lots and lots of
Banks
money.
R Us.
Yeah, Banks R Us. If the CEO fucking stood in front of all
Screw that. If you and I did that in a meeting with even just 5 people, they'd be like,
what the fuck is wrong with Greg?
What? Has Beth been drinking?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Lamontaines like to drink, so did she start early today?
Yeah. I mean, but no, the CEO would fucking be replaced.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just weird.
They'd be on a 7, something would happen. And, yeah, it doesn't make, what's up, Chuck? It doesn't make any sense for a dude to be acting like that.
I mean, I feel, okay, so here's.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I feel sad for him if there is something really going on. I feel sad for his communication team, all the people that have to handle him and wrangle him. I feel sad for them because that's a full-time job. You know, I feel sad for his wife.
The same thing happened with Trump. I mean, that motherfucker was always off the deep end.
Yeah, but
which is fine.
I mean, he was just off the deep end. He didn't always do things that were like people might go,
Well,
he just opened his mouth. He just opened his mouth sometimes. You'd be like, why do you say stuff like that?
Yeah, you just shut the fuck up.
Why do you say stuff like that?
Yeah. Right? This is a situation where you're like,
what's wrong?
You're acting like a child.
Well, I watched it and I was like, ooh, what's wrong? Like that's the first
he's acting
thing.
like a child, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something a child would
like
do.
an 8-year-old. Like I'm reading this book right now, and the kid whispered in the guy's ear loud enough for everyone to hear.
That's exactly it.
And he had a lisp instead of penis. He says penis.
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 The fuck kind of book
it
are you
was
reading?
This girl almost died from a bee sting, and she went to go put
She
her
almost
EpiPen.
Macaulay Culkin did.
She went to go put the EpiPen in her thigh, and he bumped her, and it went into his thigh, like right by his sack.
Whoops.
Yeah.
You know how big your thigh is? You know how far away.
He bumped her, and so she was going really down, like to
Those
make
needles,
sure.
I've got EpiPens.
And so they were talking about she was like, did I kill his penis?
Oh, Jesus
like,
Christ.
and
Let's
the
go back to the Biden
nephew
part.
was
Cheers,
like,
Chuck.
Penis.
Yeah, it was just a weird thing, and I'm not gonna. Hey, dude, we talked about like Trump doing dumb shit.
Right.
It's just asinine.
Hey, have you looked at your head? Is it
She
shiny?
powdered my head tonight.
I think the part that I powdered is
less
good.
shiny?
I think I
I don't
need to
know.
do.
I think I
I
just
think I'm
have
gonna
a
need
shiny
to do
head.
your whole crown.
I told you. We're trying different things around here.
You're just a bright light in everyone's life, honey.
Goddamn right I am.
Yeah, you are.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it was odd.
All right.
Behavior.
So,
This is funny.
spelling contest. All right, so we've got a spelling contest.
We don't have a spelling contest.
We kind of have a spelling contest.
Oh, you're making it a spelling
So
contest.
you guys need to participate in this if you so choose.
if you so choose. Should you
Most
take this?
commonly misspelled words by state. And the funny part about this is that I don't even know any of the words yet.
Okay, so let me because I have 2 articles because one article was better article, but the other one had better picture.
Right.
So
It's kind of funny because I mean it's like anything. It's like the most commonly drank beer in that state? The most commonly
There's everything. Like
eaten candy bar in that state.
everything
right?
is like that. It's kind of funny.
How much somebody paid to get their head powdered? Chuck asked. I have no idea.
What somebody pays to get their
He
head?
said, "How much should someone pay to get their
Well,
head
Greg's
powdered?"
was free, so I don't know. Don't
Trying
ask
to cut
me.
down on the
I was
dome glow.
So, it was a new analysis by the global of the Google Trends by AT&T experts examined the top U.S. searches for how to spell X word.
Okay.
The number one word that was misspelled from March of last year to March of this year was quarantine.
Okay.
And I'm very grateful for spell check because I probably misspell it.
Quuarantine.
Q-U-A-R-A what?
A-I-N-T.
Q-U-A-R.
And T-I-N-E.
You got it. But some people spelled it like
Master's degree.
that doesn't make you a good speller.
Oh. Spell check on master's
Spell check,
on
yes.
Word.
But then there were some other words like some in New York they spelled it quarantine. C-O-R-N-T-E-E-N.
Jesus Christ.
Quarantine?
Quarantine?
Well, so let me rephrase that. New York, New Hampshire, and Utah spelled it quarantine. C-O-R-N-T-E-E-N.
I'm from New Hampshire.
And that's why I
Makes
thought it
sense.
was hilarious.
Just saying.
Another word that people struggled with is
Sorry, New Hampshire folks.
definitely. How do you spell definitely?
Definitely.
I always spell it wrong. I make the second I an E every time, and I know this. Spell it.
D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y.
Yeah, I always spell it D-E-F-I-N-E-T-E-L-Y for some reason.
No, that's not how you do it.
Definite. That's how I say it. Definitely.
But I'm writing it down. If you just ask me to do it.
But some people used defiantly. Defiant. Like they
No,
spelled
that's not
defiantly
right
a
at
whole
all.
bunch of different ways. Then that's what. So the other thing though.
What's the
is,
Texas word?
I have a map.
Okay.
I have a map. I have a dream.
DJ said the two biggest violations, word misspellings, are loose instead of lose.
Oh, the other one was favorite. So people spell it
Like the English way?
the
O-U-R-I-T.
O-U-R-I-t-E.
Yeah. That's the English
And that's still
way.
right.
That's
That's
like
like Britain,
England.
Great
Yeah.
Britain. And I told you I started noticing that when I started reading books by authors out of
Yeah.
Britain that there's a lot of words they spell
Please
like
take
that.
the U out here.
Yeah, but that's one of like 10 words that I know off the top of my
She
head.
just said, knowing how to spell is overrated.
Nowadays it is because you have spell check.
Okay. What about there, and there? Please.
Oh, okay. So hold on.
There's a couple of things like there. Like,
There were a couple that
you're like, come on.
there were. Well, now you make me want to go back to the other article because
It's okay.
some of the other
Just go
words
with that one.
were funny. Let's see. Quarantine. Every. The most misspelled in 3 states was every. With
The word every?
every, they spelled it with an A.
Like Avery?
E-V-A-R-Y.
These are just fucking people who don't know how to spell.
It's kind of funny. So,
So
12 states misspelled 12 states had quarantine misspelled mostly. 7 states had favorite spelled wrong. Coronavirus. 6 states had coronavirus spelled wrong. They spelled it C-A instead of C-O. Instead of co. Yeah. And then witch. W-H-I-C-H.
Oh,
People were
instead of
spelling it
T-C-H.
W-I-C-H, and other people were spelling it W-I-T-C-H.
Which, and which?
Which, and which. And there's a sandwich place that's called Which. Let's see if you can.
And it's W-H-I-C-H.
W-H-I-C-H.
W-I-C-H.
Yeah.
Which? Which?
No, it's W-I-C-H, W-I-C-H. W-I-T-C-H.
W-I-C-H.
Yeah, forget it. Now I'm getting all confused. It's which.
Yep.
Okay, did you turn it on?
Which?
So can you guys
Which
see
one
that?
do you
Is it
want?
big enough?
Yep.
Okay, so.
You can blow it up a little bit and just kind of go by zone.
So Texas was confident.
Okay.
I'm confident we can learn how
Blow
to
it
spell
up
that.
just a little bit. Sorry. There you go. Cool. You're
Now
good.
I can't see the
You're good.
top
You're good.
states.
You're good.
Okay. So, peace, which I was like, I wonder how they spelled it. Do you think they
Like-
spelled it? No, like I want a piece of that cake.
They're getting the I and E switched,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
Probably. They're getting the I and E switched.
Believe was a really misspelled.
It's an I and an E thing.
It just was
People,
weird.
Yeah.
Favorite quarantine. Quarantine was a lot. Confident, which exercise. Only one state misspelled exercise. Florida
There's only
can't
one way to
Pharaoh.
spell. What?
Phorida can't spell Pharaoh.
Pharaoh?
Pharaoh,
Like, as in, like, the Pharaoh of Egypt?
I don't even know why you would have to
Why
spell
in the
that.
fuck are you looking that up? Like, the hell? Goddamn Florida, man.
Why is that the main word in Florida?
Florida, man.
Yeah, exercise, one state.
Because they're like, I don't know what to do.
I don't exercise, so I don't know how to spell
I've
it.
never spelled exercise before.
If I don't
You're
do
like,
it,
I've got demons. How do you fix
if
this?
I don't do it, I don't spell it. Somebody's watch was the state spelled watch wrong?
Gigi.
What? I can't see
Yeah,
what
that's
they're saying. Oh, so yeah, I just thought it was interesting. So this again was over the last year from March to March. And somebody did. This is a hard word. Multiplication. Spell it. Spell it. Don't look at the
Multiplication. M-U-T-L.
You already missed it. You forgot the L. M-U-L-T.
M-U-L-T-I-P-L-I-C-A-T-I-O-N.
Look at the big brain on Greg.
Yeah. And I'm fucking 7 Tecades in. 8 Tecades in. Jesus. The whole state of goddamn Florida can't spell goddamn
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
I wonder what they like. That's a weird word to use like in a sentence.
Why are you looking up Pharaoh, Florida?
Maybe they were going to a mummy exhibit.
No, because I remember everything was closed.
Not in Florida.
Oh, that's right. Maybe Disney has a new Pharaoh thing happening.
I'm trying to think if I would be able to spell Pharaoh.
P-H-A-R-R-O-H.
I don't think it's double R. I already closed
Maybe
it.
it's R-O-H.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't give a fuck. I don't spell Pharaoh. Hiccup intervention.
This one,
This is a kind of this funny one.
This is a funny one, but it also is funny because UT Health Science Center, San Antonio, is who came up with this.
Chuck said, because of Mia Farrow and Woody Allen. I don't think that's the same Farrow,
I think she spells it F-A-R-R-O-W.
Yeah.
So researchers from the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio and colleagues worldwide describe a new science-based intervention for hiccups in a research letter published in June. I guess there are certain things like so first they gave this to like 279 people and 249 actually used it and took the survey and came back. I mean, hiccups, I guess it depends on how severe your hiccups are. I get them occasionally.
I know there's people that
There was one guy that I read an article that had the hiccups for 67 years.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like it ruins their lives.
I mean,
right? And like Guinness Book of World Record fucking people.
I can't imagine. I guess you just get used to it, and the person.
How miserable.
And how often are they hiccuping? Like, is it once every few minutes, or is it like every 30 seconds?
Yeah. Excuse me. And now she's hiccuping for the rest of her life.
No, I burped. So, and they do say it can impact the quality of life. So patients like with brain and stroke injury and cancer patients, I guess this is a side effect of some of their injuries and or
yeah, that makes sense. Like it's some sort of trauma to them.
Trauma to them, or part of the course in their medical recovery. So this thing, what it does is it's called the FIST, F-I-S-S-T. I'll show a picture in a minute. Is a rigid drinking tube with an inlet valve that requires forceful.
Why did my head go somewhere totally triple X rated?
Because that's who you are.
Like
pervert.
The fist of truth.
Requires a suction to draw water into a cup from a cup into the mouth. And what it does is it simultaneously stimulates two nerves.
Makes sense.
The phrenic and the vagus nerves.
Vagus and the phrenic?
I think so.
I don't know what those things are.
Phrenic and vagus. And this is what relieves the hiccups, but it also helps with your diaphragm.
Is this like a deep throat kind of thing?
Nope, it's a straw.
It's a straw?
Straw. It literally is a straw. It's not deep throat, you fucking pervert.
I'm sorry. Evidently I've watched too much porn in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
Everything is
the
like...
The vagus nerve, the venous nerve,
fist.
the fisticuffs, the fucking...
Here's a picture of it. Turn it on.
Fist of destiny. I don't know. Okay.
So this is what you put in a bottle of water, a glass of water.
Okay.
And it requires... So I was like, couldn't I just put a straw in my mouth and suck really hard? Like, clog one end up and be like, shut up, Gregory. Keep your mind out of the fucking gutter for getter.
Getter.
Keep your mind out of the gutter for 2 minutes.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, whatever.
Kate's got me. Go ahead. I'm
You're
listening.
gonna be asleep by like 12:30.
No, I won't.
So you put it in water, and they don't talk about like if they're gonna sell it or anything yet. It's just still in that testing phase.
So there's a funny hiccup. Like every family.
Because what's your remedy?
I was gonna say every family has this weird.
Are you the one with the
thing.
knife, right, in the water?
So basically, what you do is imagine
It does. This one does work.
It works. My mom taught me this when I was a little kid.
It does work.
You take a cup of water.
Right.
You put
the
butter knife
in it.
Up against this in the side.
Right.
And you hold the butter knife to your temple.
And you don't let it move.
You don't let it move, and you take a sip of the drink, and it fucking stops your.
Is
hiccups.
it 1 sip or 3 sips?
You just take whatever. You just drink the water.
Then other people say sugar. Eat a packet full of sugar.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different ones.
Some people say hold your breath.
I don't know if it's psychosomatic for me because it works.
Oh, yours worked for me too. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably psychosomatic
You know
because
what I mean?
that does nothing.
But it's interesting. There's a bunch of different ones like that. Like
I don't know. It's just. Do you guys have strange things you do for the hiccups?
probably right. I mean, I think every family's got something. Like
Surprised your pervert ass didn't come up with like a stick a finger in your butthole.
you can try it next time.
Well, next time you get hiccups, we can definitely try it.
Try that too. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe.
So maybe I'm kidding. Maybe I'm not.
Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
That just reminded me of Memorex. Maybe it's live. Maybe it's not. So
said my third grade teacher had hiccups for a month.
God.
Like you want to punch your fucking self in the face.
Well, there was a kid that
I hate
had
having
it,
them for like 10 minutes. Normally it's because I'm eating too fast
and that's what they say.
or drinking too fast.
And that's exactly what causes hiccups.
Like
they say
it
that it's
gets
just
stuck in
too
your
quick of an
diaphragm?
intake of
Yeah.
something that causes everything to like almost
Your
paralyze, and so your esophagus is trying to close itself back up.
What
Stop.
was it called?
I don't know. I closed it. But it's trying to get the hiccups are trying to, I think, shock it back into closing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Chuck said #2 fingers.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm on the same boat.
A hiccup teacher once offered Logan $20 if he could hiccup again, and he stopped hiccuping.
Fuck yeah. You just hold your breath. That's another one. You can hold your breath. Just
No.
hold your breath until you pass out and it resets your whole body.
I think if you also embarrass yourself, that probably works as well.
Right? It just resets your whole body. You're like,
When you
all right, I'm
pass
good.
out,
Yeah.
so now you just have to
You
worry
bang
about your
head off.
your
Now you have
concussion.
seizures. It's great. Like, no, I fucking, yeah. Hey, real quick, just because we're showing a lot of pictures, a lot of images on this show tonight. It's kind of one of those. It's just one of those. It's an image-heavy night. Go out and check it out on. I always post them out on Instagram and Facebook at The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg after the show, so you guys can see it. Just kind of want to throw that out there. You can check us out on iTunes and Spotify also as well. Sure. Just wanted
Do
to
it.
share that.
Do it.
So if there's any links or anything, I try to post them out there. Cool.
Coolio, Julio.
What are we on? Oh, fuck.
Swag.
Nope,
No,
we already did that one.
that one.
Dragon Man. So this is an interesting story. All right. So Dragon Man is a new find that was found 88 years ago, right? That resurfaced basically. So this guy is almost like another kind of missing link
Caveman.
kind of situation, right? And so a guy in I'm going to the story real quick. Sorry, my shit's going sideways. A guy in it was Chinese China was occupied by Japan back in, so we're talking 90 years ago basically, right?
Okay.
And 1933. A laborer discovered this skull you're seeing here in 1933 and hid it in a well for 85 years rather than hand it over to Japanese authorities occupying China because he might have been ashamed by his job. So he was a day laborer.
Right.
And he didn't want to go to somebody and be like, I'm
a day laborer, and look what I found.
look what I found, right?
That's
So on his deathbed, he told his family about this, right? And they just found this thing. This thing is a 140,000-year-old skull
Oh, my Lord.
that it's basically, it has a bigger brain cavity than like we currently have,
Okay.
and it's a bigger skull than we currently have.
So the brain was bigger?
So the brain was bigger. It might not have been as dense or as complex or whatever, but it was a bigger brain whatever. Obviously,
Mass,
you
right.
know. So it's kind of an interesting thing, but it's 140,000 years
So they
old.
went and found. It's amazing that well was still there.
Yeah, and then it was still in the fucking
Yeah,
well.
that nobody found
and it hadn't deteriorated. I mean, it deteriorated, but whatever. It's really kind of an interesting situation, right? So they said he is a new species of human, or the face of a Denisovans discovery at last. So basically, it's kind of like another link in between, like where we branched off in all of these parts, but it was in China this time. Yeah. So a lot of times, I mean, we
big eye sockets. I noticed that big eye sockets and big eyebrow.
Right. Big
bones.
heavy brow. Right.
Yeah.
So you think about that, and this is obviously this. If you go out and you Google it or whatever,
Well,
this
I mean, it is
3 year
evolution, so things.
Yeah, like our brows are way smaller, our craniums are way smaller, but our brains are dense. They're more compact. They're dense.
Okay.
Compared to what they think they were a long time
I wonder
ago.
what people will look at and say about our skull 140,000 years from now.
Fuck, who knows? Cyborgs and be like, why'd they have that squishy stuff in there?
Well, they're not going to have a brain in it if it's 140,000 years old. I'm just saying.
We document our stuff. Unless the whole world blows up. Whatever.
If a EMP hits, there's going to be nothing to do about that documentation.
Paper records, honey.
Oh, good luck with that.
We do.
I know we do somewhere.
It's called a library. We've got a
Are those even still open anymore?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's where I get my free, like, kind of fake Audible account from.
Do you still do that? You haven't done that in a while, huh?
Yeah. I listen to books all the time.
Oh.
Books on recorded books. So anyway, it's kind of an interesting one. You're going to learn something here from time to time.
Sometimes.
It's not always just Chuck getting hammered.
Or Greg getting hammered.
Or me.
That matter.
No, kind of. Yeah, it kind of isn't me.
So, this next story is kind of
That's
cool.
always drinking Coke. I got a drink for the both of us.
The Navy tested a 40,000-pound explosive.
Yeah.
To test the stability of one of their new F-series.
Another F-150.
No, shut up. The USS Gerald R. Ford to one of the most stressful tests a warship can undertake.
Yeah.
A full shock trial, which determines how well the ship and its onboard system can handle physical stress of combat. So they blew up 40,000 pounds under the water.
Okay.
It is the coolest looking thing, and it caused an earthquake. And it caused an earthquake, a 3.5 earthquake
Off what coast?
in Florida. Let's see, 100 miles
Awesome.
off the coast of Florida.
There's going to be a shit ton of sinkholes opening up out in Florida now. Yeah, so I mean, I've seen like where they kind of test some of those things and they drop. Maybe not a 40,000 pound charge.
All right, turn it on. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna.
There you go. All right, so it's gonna go through and it's gonna talk.
This thing
about
is
it.
amazing, though.
That's an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I meant to say. I couldn't make the word
Okay.
come out.
Yeah. So that's the new.
And they didn't want to do this till 2024, but they were like, "No, let's start testing this stuff."
Yeah,
now.
because China's boats and ships are fucking.
Well,
they're
apparently
dumping
this is something.
tons of money into them.
This is something apparently that all
Ships go through.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
around the world though,
Battle
like all
test,
Navy type.
Yeah.
Let me fast forward a little.
Oh, there it is. There it
I
is.
wanted to go back a little.
So they're trying to test the shock wave
Yeah.
and the reverb against the boat.
I want to know what that is. That a boat in the middle right there?
No, that's the charge they just dropped.
Check out that shit.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
And it was so much cooler on the TV because it was closer. Can I make this bigger? No. They'll show it again here in a second, but it's just really cool.
Did you go full screen?
Yeah, and they did make sure that because there was some concern.
We'll
about,
share it. Yeah, we'll share it.
There's some concern about wildlife, and the impact it could have had on the wildlife. And they said that they paid really close attention. So there's the ship they're testing.
And they did it. That thing's fucking like.
I'm sure it's probably further away than it looks.
I mean, that looks like it's pretty goddamn close to that boat, to that ship. I keep saying boat, but ship.
And oh no, that's different. That's a different.
Was that a different test?
I think this was a test. These are showing all the various tests the other nations have done. But it just was really cool. And yeah, I'll definitely put that out there.
Yeah,
because it's
really
just a cool video to watch. But it passed. It handled it okay. So they'll do. I think it's going to do 3 more. It's got to go through 3 more of these before it can go out to sea.
Yeah, I imagine.
Yeah.
Could be super stressed out.
I guess it's got I was reading. It says the ship has yet to conduct a patrol because it suffered extensive teething problems on several brand new technologies, including the electromagnetic aircraft launch system that replaces more traditional steam-powered aircraft catapults.
Yeah,
That's
that's what shoots the planes off it. They're huge
like rubber
wires.
bands.
Yeah, they crank them up.
So what do you
It's
think the
basically a
electromagnet is
slingshot.
then?
Electromagnet is basically they're using electromagnets to push it versus a wind.
Like they're doing a plus
and
and a
steam,
plus,
like,
and so it's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See, I know a little bit about
So
magnets.
one thing that DJ did just bring up in the comments. So if you're listening on iTunes or whatever, like I said before, we have comment boards out on YouTube and Facebook, and DJ did just bring up, and this is I don't know. I mean, I don't know when was this test done?
Earlier, I think last week.
Last week. He said maybe the stress test what causes the Miami condo collapse. I wasn't going to bring that up, but that thing. So there was a
It
condo
depends
collapse.
on where.
I
It
don't
didn't
know,
say. It just said 100 miles off the Florida coast.
but if it caused a little bit of an earthquake, I don't know. But shout out to and thought we'll do the generic thoughts and prayers to all those
Oh yeah,
families
that's sad.
because I saw that in the news and holy shit! If you see that, it is the way that building went down is
This-
reminiscent.
When
of,
did that happen?
I think Thursday night.
Oh,
at
no, this was on
1:30
Friday.
in the morning.
This must. Well, no. This. When is the
Yeah,
date on this?
this
June
Friday.
22nd.
No,
so
this
it would have
is-
been last week
yeah,
that they
so-
did this. So
But
technically,
it was
could
one of those
have.
things that there's some they're looking into some different things on that, but it was like holy shit, and there's a lot of people missing from that. No, it's totally fine, DJ. But I was gonna bring it up, but I just kind of didn't. But yeah, there's a lot of search and rescue guys and gals out there, dogs out there trying to find those folks. They've had 4 deaths so far. I think 159 people are still missing. And if you see the video, it literally is just like half a building.
Did it happen at nighttime?
1:30 in the morning.
When
So
everybody's home
everybody's
asleep.
home asleep, yeah. So it's just an incredible situation that's happening right there right now. So
And I was looking. I was trying to see if it said where off the coast, but it
I
doesn't. Give.
don't think it's necessarily connected by any means, but there is some situations. I think there are some situations going on that were happening before with that building, like
That's what you were
the
saying.
foundation, like the pilings in the ground were like waterlogged and different things happening. You have a 14-story building on waterlogged foundations, and concrete only lasts so long in those situations. And then on top of that, it's been shrinking or it's been sinking, I think, multiple millimeters per year since the 90s, right? So I don't give a shit. You're talking millimeters, but since the 90s, so 30 years, let's give it 30 years, you're going, a couple of inches, that's going to set that building
Right.
off by a couple of inches. And it's
It's going to
just
start to make everything unstable.
right. And
Well, hopefully they find more people alive.
I hope to God. Yeah. So, but the search and rescue teams out there, cheers to those folks because they were physically making them taking them off because they've been
Oh,
working
they wanted
for
to work
so
more.
long, right? And there's specialty teams that do that,
Right.
And again, it kind of flashes back to like 9/11,
Right.
and you
Even the
remember
dogs went through
dogs
trauma,
and,
all that
dude,
stuff.
It's
It's
hardcore.
crazy.
So yeah, and Gigi mentioned there was cracks. They had mentioned, yeah, absolutely, that people had complained about cracks in the building and stuff like that. So again, heartfelt condolences to those people
And our thoughts and prayers.
yeah, So next one, this one is this is an Ohio man story. So these are Ohio wedding crashers, and they are goddamn redonkulous. That's kind of funny. Let me get to the story here real quick. So, wedding crashers steal beer, punch groom, and start a fight at an Ohio reception. Craig's still on here. I don't think he is. He probably dialed out a little while ago because he probably needed a nap. But hopefully it won't happen like that at his house. Uninvited guests can really ruin a good time. Authorities arrested 2 men after they allegedly started a fight at a wedding and reception in Ohio. According to witnesses, the 2 suspects allegedly attempted to steal a case of beer before they were confronted by the groom. The 2 men have been identified as 22-year-old William.
They're 22?
And 29. Yeah, they got their asses handed to them. 29-year-old Justin, whatever. They apparently snuck into the wedding reception at the Richardson County Fairgrounds.
Interesting.
Great place to have a fucking party. They apparently snuck into that on June 19th and attempted to steal a case of beer, according to a report from Richardson County Sheriff's Office. When the groom confronted him, however, Beeson allegedly punched the newly married man, according to the report. Crowell, the other and other guests got involved, resulting in a large fight. Both Beeson and Crowell suffered various injuries during the altercation. In a mugshot, in his mugshot, you can see he got his eye
Big
fucking
old black eye
smashed in
Yeah.
good. You know what? Hey, you don't need to sneak in. Just fucking roll in, grab a beer, and roll out.
Yeah, don't
right?
be greedy.
Don't
But do you think they watched Wedding Crashers one too many times and thought that they could get in there?
Dude,
and
it
get
was
some
at a fucking
drinks
fairgrounds. All right.
It's still a private wedding. You can rent those things.
No, I know. Okay, so authorities arrested those guys facing charges of theft, trespassing. Witnesses told police, however, that the man had come in from another part of the... Well, he had originally said, no, I was invited, and they're like, no, they weren't invited. So anyway, they got beer bottles smashed on their heads. They got fucked up.
All for a case of beer.
Yep.
Let's go to the store.
All for a case of beer. What's
That's
going on,
crazy.
Dustin? How you doing? I got my nephew on. Dustin, what's going on? Yep, this is live.
Live.
How you doing, man? Yeah. So, you know what? I mean, they look like dudes. They're going to be the dudes.
Yeah.
They're going to get in a fist fight at somebody else's wedding. And then the whole wedding party is going to be hammered.
Yeah, and they're just
And be like, let's
okay.
fucking brawl, dude. We're at the goddamn county fair.
we're ready for this.
Let's go.
I trained my whole life for this.
I trained my life. Right? And you go, what the fuck? Come on.
Come
Of
on.
all the places. Like, and, you know, they're all like roadhouse motherfuckers out there probably. They're like, let's do this. Got the dude with the slide guitar, the blind slide guitar player. What the fuck was his
I
name?
think you've seen Roadhouse
Jeff
too many
Jeff
ways.
Healy,
too many
I think
times.
his name
I
was.
have no idea.
I remember that guy. I had his tape.
Did?
It was 100 million years ago. I think I still have the fucking tape.
Yeah.
I was really into that slide guitar thing.
That's hilarious. Well, I have one.
Sandy, what's going on?
This was a bartender in Florida who saved two women from being hit on by a creepy customer. So you and I were talking about this. So they were at the bar, and
What's happening?
the bartender was getting a weird vibe,
Yeah.
like from the guy, but also from the girls. And so he gave her, and I'll show you a picture here in a second. He gave her a fake bill
Okay.
and said, if you need help, move your ponytail from your right shoulder to your left shoulder or to your other shoulder. And
Was
she
dude
did.
being super creepy?
I'm sure. I mean, they don't go into too much about what he was doing other than he was kind of harassing them. And so, there's a picture of what he gave her on the clipboard, because you know how they put your bill on the clipboard.
Yeah. Let me know when. Yep, I got it. It's coming up.
Let's see,
There you go.
because there's a
Can you
picture.
blow it up?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me fast forward it too.
There you go.
Oh, I can't
There you
see
go.
it.
Full screen.
I know,
okay.
but I can't see it.
Just slide your
fast
finger
forward
on it. Slide your finger on it. Let's
It
see what.
doesn't. It doesn't give me that. Honey.
Come on. We've been doing this for a year and a half.
When it gives me the mirror,
Beth broke goddamn internet.
please hold. Mother of
Doing it. Unplug
Well, now-
it.
no, because now it's doing the airplay thing. There it is. Okay, so don't. I'm not blowing it up.
Okay, don't blow it up.
Probably still gonna make it come with an ad, more than likely. But if you had
Why are
maybe
you
do
always gonna
that,
fuck things
well,
up?
because you made me go big. It's still doing the airplay. Motherfucking bullshit. Anyways, so he passes her a clipboard, and it very plainly spells out, which you'll see in a second, that says, if this guy's bugging you, move your ponytail. And she did, and so the bartender was like, basically, you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to leave them alone. So
He was a creep.
he was creeping big time. Funny thing is he tried to come back later. The same guy tried to come back a couple hours later and order another beer and sit at the bar. And the guy was like, "No, get out! I already kicked you out once."
Is it back up?
Yes. So this is the note.
So he just put it like
and that
a
is the
fake
bartender.
clipboard.
She made him pretend again. So she didn't take this picture while the interact. But this is the bartender who
Just kind of was keeping an eye.
noticed.
He
Yeah.
keeps an eye on.
And that's what people said, heroes.
That's
Because
awesome.
she put it on Twitter, and people were like, heroes don't always have a cape. Sometimes they're
Yeah.
bartenders, So, and you told me that.
So there's in some bars, and you guys probably, especially women, will know this better than I. I just remember reading a story, and there's in some bars, especially in I don't know if it's all bars or whatever, but in in college towns, oftentimes, like they'll have like a code name for a bartender that doesn't actually exist. To be like, hey, if you need help, like ask for bartender Alex or bartender whomever, whatever, like a name, right? And if you're on like a creepy Tinder date or something like that,
you go on a date and it turns creepy.
Yeah, like shit just gets, you're like something's happening, like it's violent or something like
that.
Yeah,
you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Of any
they'll
sort.
actually say, okay, give me a second, and then they'll fucking sneak your ass out.
Well, they say he wants you to come back.
Yeah, he wants you to meet us. Like, come. Yeah, you want to meet. Something like that. So there's things like that out there that I think are really cool.
I think that's smart. I didn't know that. I mean,
yeah, especially
I wouldn't know that.
All the shit and like chicks getting roofied and all that. There's so much creepy
that's
shit
kind of like
there.
I'm paranoid about shit. Anyways, I'm
Fuck
like,
yeah.
Please don't get roofied while we're in Vegas. And
No,
stuff's like we're not gonna get roofied.
You're gonna drink.
I'm taking out my shit to the bathroom with me. I'm making her come with me and take her shit to the bathroom with me too.
Yeah, you just don't. You're 50 something.
You don't need to throw my age out there, bitch. Every time.
It's on your
and
Facebook
I also
profile.
don't need people to buy me drinks. Unless I see the drink being made in front of me, I'm not taking a drink from anyone.
How many guys are gonna be buying you drinks?
I mean, have you seen me?
Jesus, that's why you got your hair did, huh? Your eyebrows.
Gotta look good for Vegas, baby. I mean, we're gonna have a cabana one day. We're gonna be ballers.
Goddamn right, party girls. You guys are gonna be party central.
If I have to go through
bottle service,
I have to go through and listen to the music list we played or we put together for Vegas because I'm pretty sure it's all vulgar.
Who gives a fuck? It's Vegas,
and it's an adult only.
Yeah,
well, but still,
fucking rad. Hey, this one's funny. So this is our entertainment section, and you know what furries are?
They're animals.
No, like
the
people
mascots,
that dress
right?
up as
they're animals. Like they dress up as foxes or rabbits, or they do that at the raves a lot.
Yeah, it's basically that. So there's a show coming out on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's called Sexy Beast. And they are dressed like this.
Wait, what?
It's coming up. All right, so it's called Sexy Beast. DJ said pedos and costumes. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I have not seen it yet. But basically, it's like
beaver.
That's the beaver man.
Fucking beaver.
And so it's basically like putting what's on the inside ahead of what's on the outside. One of those situations.
Is it for kids?
No. This is like a dating show.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's like a furry dating show on Netflix.
Interesting.
It's a fucking great idea.
Have
right?
you seen it? You
haven't I haven't seen it. No, I just heard about it.
You have to at least wait for me to watch the first one.
Yeah, we got to watch this. So it's can you fall in love with personality alone?
So do they get to know them before they actually meet them?
All right, so I didn't save this picture, but there's another image of one girl. She's dressed as like some crazy
alien
demon chick.
from Star Trek or something.
Right. And there's like different alien people. There's different, but you never know what they fucking look like.
So you get to know them, like you get to know their personality, and then you meet them. Okay, so this is the question I have. So
it's kind of a furry thing,
the person and the person, are they both furry lovers?
No,
or is it a normal person?
It's not just furry. Like I would say, this dude's a furry, right? Or maybe he's not a big stuffed. I'm just using that as an example. You have the big stuffed animal heads.
But I'm saying, are they both like into the same thing, or does one person have no idea what the other person's?
They don't know anything about it. They just show up in like these weird costumes and.
Well, then they're all dressing up, so maybe they all have that in common. So that isn't the factor that will throw them off. I don't know. I guess we'll have to watch to find out.
This dude's a fucking beaver.
Yeah, but if the girl he's meeting is
How
that
did he get
alien,
stuck with a beaver
if he's that alien chick,
what would you dress up as if you were going to do this?
What's the chick from Star Trek, the communications woman?
You're going to go cyborg?
No, not.
Like you have to cover your whole face.
No,
it's got to be something different.
Okay, she was.
Sandy said, "Is that a gerbil's head?" Maybe. I thought it was a beaver.
I think it's a beaver with those big ass teeth. But gerbils have big teeth too, so who knows? I got bit by one when I was a kid.
How the fuck did that happen? Oh, you have a gerbil at your house from.
I didn't have a gerbil. My friend had a gerbil. I got bit by the gerbil.
Probably his dad's gerbil.
Gerbil head. I don't. First of all, I wouldn't wear a costume like that. Imagine how fucking hot that is.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would pass out.
But if I had to.
Oh, if you had to. You've given this some thought, I see.
No, I haven't. Oh. I'm thinking about it right now. I'm probably going to go shark head.
Shark head,
Just a
the
big fucking shark head.
Okay, well that's not that weird.
No, it's not.
No, I mean it is, but you can take it off easier, and you can take off that beaver suit.
But you got to roll this thing the whole time you're on the goddamn
Ew,
show.
can you imagine how sweaty your face would
I mean, like, you probably get to come out of makeup, like, go to bed. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe these fucking people like this. I don't know.
I mean,
Same people like wearing the mask every day.
I don't. That's
You
just
do you, bro.
Hey, somebody said no kink shame,
No, I'm not kink shaming.
but it is kind of weird to meet somebody that you don't know and you have no idea what's going to come out for the back.
In the comments in one of these things, somebody said, yeah, I kissed this girl and I don't even know it. I'm like, how in the fuck do you
Wait.
kiss a girl with, like, gerbil face?
Wait, he kissed her, but what?
He doesn't know what she looks like.
Oh,
How
how
do
did
you
he
kiss
kiss her
somebody?
then?
I don't know.
Is it
I
like
don't know how
a
that works.
circle, a hole in the wall? That's supposed to be for something else.
How do you know about those?
Come on, everybody knows about those.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I don't think they do.
I mean I am friends with Chuck, so
Is he doing that?
no, but he knows all this stuff.
What are those things called?
And-
Glory holes?
Yes.
Chuck.
Why do you know that?
Because he told me.
We both blame Chuck. Damn it, Chuck!
Halloween Kills. The new Halloween just released the trailer.
Wait, there's another Halloween?
Yep. With Jamie Lee
Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis. I almost said Jamie Lynn Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Right.
It is bloody as fuck. Even just the preview.
Is that
This
also
thing.
on Netflix, or where's that?
No, this is coming out in the movies. Right?
Okay.
This thing is, yeah. So he basically, it ends up, he's basically taking on an entire town now, going after, like, the whole family. And, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is, like, now she's, like, 70.
Her son
She's a
was-
grandmother of the kid that's kind of involved now. Cause,
Her son was in the last one where they were on that private school.
Yep.
Trying to think of his name.
I posted it out to the Bars Open with Beth and Greg on Facebook, so go take a
I'll have
look.
to go
It's
take
like,
a look.
or you can just Google it, whatever. Dude, it's like 2 minutes 49 seconds of just fucking.
Gore. Interesting.
It is, yeah, it's a bloodfest on this one, dude. This isn't Michael Myers in space anymore, or Jason in space anymore. It's pretty good. If you're into that shit, whole town's taking them on this time, man.
I'll have to take a look.
Yep. All right, so what you feel good, honey?
My feel good is
Jenna the
Jenna
dog.
the San Antonio Fire Department arson dog.
Oh, nice.
So she originally was training to be a guide dog,
Okay.
and failed because she is the kind of dog that needs to be kept busy.
Okay.
And so they decided to take her in and try to give her a chance.
That makes sense. She's a little too high energy.
She needs to be
for
doing something,
a
yeah.
guide dog. That makes sense.
And so she has been doing this for 4 years. She was just super cute. She was on the news, and they have to get tested every year. So even though she's done 100 fire scenes, she still has to get tested every year to make sure
Be
she's
certified
up
her
to,
nose is
yeah.
working.
And they were saying that even she was impacted by COVID because she had to do a Zoom certification.
How the fuck do you do that?
Camera, room. She probably just has to go find stuff.
Like, okay.
It probably was
We had a friend that did
people. He did.
yeah, basically like
Search and rescue.
and he had he'd always have like human body parts,
Cadaver pieces.
cadaver pieces in like his fridge or in a freezer in
Yeah.
his garage,
Yeah.
and he would go bury it and then
The
make
dogs
his
would have to
dogs
find
go
it.
out and find it.
And she was really cute because she
Kinda
gets
cool.
really, she like knows, it's that thing where they put a certain thing on her and she knows she's in work mode.
harness or something.
But she, they have like the video they show her, she loves water. She's a Labrador, makes sense. But she's like jumping after something. Somebody threw something in the pool and she's jumping after it.
Oh, the gerbil's still on the screen. Sorry, guys.
But I can,
Sorry.
I'll put the video of her up on Facebook because it's just really cute to watch her in action.
I love that our listeners and watchers are like keeping an eye on us. They're like, please take the gerbil off the goddamn screen.
Please remove the
Like,
thing.
I'm over this. What's up, Lloyd? How you doing? A-O. Oh, no, it's good. So,
What's your feel good?
my feel good. Do you have a picture of her?
Yeah.
Let's see it
Give me a second.
real quick.
Okay.
'Cause I think it's awesome. Jeez. I love
Fun.
it. Friends. All right, let's see. Because I think it's sweet that,
I hate ads. Give me a second.
come on.
This is that screwball that we tried. They had it, that whiskey and peanut butter.
I didn't try it.
No, because
I'm
you're
allergic to peanut
Okay,
butter.
let's see. Go ahead. So
There
here
we
she
go.
is.
There she is. I just wanted to share her real quick. That's awesome.
So, oh,
And Beth broke it
I
again.
broke it again.
That's all right. I
There
just
we
wanted
go.
to share.
That's her playing. I don't know what it's doing.
That's okay. We're out. We're out of it.
There
It's
she
all good.
is.
So mine, right before we came on, so as you guys know, like we're big fans of the Drinking Bros podcasts, all those sorts of things. And it was funny because like there's the Friday night. Do you know who Jack Mandeville is? He was in Range 15. He does all sorts of funny ass shit. Right? He's just a funny dude. We've met him multiple times, just kind of hanging out. And so he has what's called the Friday Night Jack Sesh, and it's a Patreon channel, right? And so you have to pay for it. It's because it's kind of not
racy.
too bad.
Racy.
It's a little racy, but it doesn't get too bad. But nonetheless, it's a really fun show. And I called into it tonight, and I got to be the last person on it. It was really fun, and I've been I don't want to say I was hounding him for a minute.
Yeah.
I kind of sent him a few things. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, dude, come
Before
to
I
our
told
show."
you to stop and leave the man
and
alone.
then I left him alone.
Right. Because
for
you listened.
Probably a month. So then I called in tonight, and we chatted for a second, but it was the sweetest. He's the sweetest guy.
just
He
fun.
literally is one of the nicest dudes ever. And he goes, "Oh, Greg Lamontagne from out in Helotes, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said Helotes, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to get back to you. We played phone tag, and that just fizzled out. Right? Our phone tag relationship fizzled."
You broke up.
But he did say, he goes, "I'm going to hold him to this, and I'll follow up with him." He goes, "We're going to do a crossover. A Jack Mandeville, Jack Sesh, or even if I can just get him on here. And then the bar is open." So that was my feel good. But nonetheless, even if all that doesn't happen, it was cool to talk to him because you know why? He went around the room, so to speak, and had everybody basically say some nice shit about each other, which was kind of fun, right? So you're like, "What do I appreciate about you, Greg?" And he did something. And he did the same thing for Papa, and he even did it for himself. And there's another guy in the room, and then I did it, and so it was just fucking funny.
You had a good time.
Yeah, it was funny. It was a 5-minute phone call. It was fun as shit. So that's my feel good. Bang, done.
Done.
Yep.
All right. Well, why don't you close this out?
Close this out with a Today in History. How about this? 1967, the first global satellite television program happened. How long ago was 1967?
Long time ago. 54 years ago.
How long ago? Yep. God damn, look at you, math fucking whiz.
My birthday.
Oh, that's right.
Add 3.
God damn. Good thinking there, Castro. So the show was called Our World. Think about that.
Our world.
53 years ago. Like, we didn't even have, like, satellite
54
TV
years ago.
back then,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah. No.
Like, it was only 3 years old when you were born.
It was brand spanking new.
Yep. So,
Representing 19 nations.
19
19 acts
features
representing 19 nations.
19 nations, including the Beatles singing "All You Need Is Love."
Bum, ba, ba, dum, dum. All you need
I
is
fucking
love,
hate the Beatles, too.
love. How can you hate you and your music? I can't understand you.
I hate Led Zeppelin.
I can't understand you.
I just can't stand those bands.
It's embarrassing for
Those
me.
are pretty much the two bands I can't
Just
stand.
don't say that again. It's
They're just
embarrassing.
overplayed. I think it's because Led Zeppelin, 8th grade graduation, moved to New Hampshire. 8th grade graduation, they like you had to basically vote on the graduation theme song,
Yeah.
and it was
Do the
Stairway
same
to
thing-
Heaven.
Do the same thing for high school.
But evidently it had been the Stairway to Heaven for the prior 17 fucking years. And I just moved there, and I'm like, this is the worst fucking song ever.
You just have we're not going to talk about your. Yeah. Okay.
It's all good. Hey, that's it. We're done.
We're done.
We're done. You guys
All right.
have a wonderful Friday night. Go out, hit the like, and subscribe for us, if you don't mind. Hammer the like button for us. If you could, go out to iTunes or Spotify and just do a review. I don't give a shit. Just write something.
Do it.
If it's
Do
a
it.
2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, or 5-star.
No.
What do you want?
I want 5.
Okay, do one of those. Go out and make fire. Do something good for each other. Just kind of fucking Friday night. Buy somebody a beer. God damn it. Get your wife a beer. Get your husband a beer. Get yourself a beer. Do something good for something.
Do something good for someone.
Give your dog a little taste of beer.
No, it's bad for them.
Well, it's all relative.
Just don't give them too much.
Be good to each other. Evan, Haley, we miss you. Ian, come get a beer, which you can't because you just had your
That's just wrong.
camera. in the hoo-ha
Get a
today.
colonoscopy.
Yep. The old
I need to get one. I've been
colonoscopy.
putting it off for 2
Sorry,
years,
bro.
and I
Called
think
you
I
out.
probably need to get one.
It's all right. He's all good. Got to clear.
Who wants to do that? Nobody.
Dude, I've had him done twice because it runs
All
in my
right.
family.
Let's not have this conversation about colonoscopies.
Safety first. Thanks to all the military first responders. Without you guys, we cannot do this. And it's Friday fucking night. Thank you all.
Thanks,
we love
guys.
you, and we'll
Love you
catch
guys.
you a
See you
little bit
Wednesday.
later. Have a good night. Cheers.